Lexsha en action. Lexsha est orienté sur le développement des activités et d'apport de valeur grâce à l'apprentissage, la découverte et le partage. Dans ce module de Lexsha, vous pourrez voir et entendre quelques exemples de comment les petites entreprises ont utilisé Lexsha et en ont tiré des bénéfices. À la fin de ce Lexsha, vous serez capable d'expliquer comment Lexsha aide les entrepreneurs à développer leurs affaires, à construire leur marque et à établir leur réputation et leur réseau. Dans le cas où vous n'auriez pas suivi un des précédents Lexsha sur les avantages de Lexsha, voici une courte révision et un résumé des 10 principaux bénéfices apportés par Lexsha. Lexsha peut vous aider à développer et à améliorer votre activité, les connexions avec d'autres entrepreneurs, à apprendre des expériences et connaissances des autres personnes. C'est un endroit idéal pour rencontrer de nouveaux partenaires et pour se tenir à jour avec de nouvelles idées. Lexsha est capable de vous aider à consolider vos idées et à résoudre vos problèmes de développement d'activité. Vous pouvez aussi développer votre réputation personnelle et professionnelle et votre marque à travers Lexsha. Il y a un outil d'auto-évaluation baptisé Maximiser la valeur de Lexsha. Si vous n'avez pas encore terminé votre propre évaluation, il vous suffit de le télécharger maintenant et vous verrez ce que Lexsha peut apporter à votre entreprise. Prenez un moment pour écouter et voir comment les autres petites entreprises utilisent déjà et bénéficient de Lexsha. Des entrepreneurs, par exemple, comme John de l'entreprise Lighter Life. Écoutez le Lexsha de John qu'il a préparé et enregistré comme un simple fichier au format MP3.
Hi, my name's John and I'm a weight management counsellor. Lighter Life is actually a franchise business, so I get the benefits of advice from the corporate's perspective, but I often find that head office doesn't understand the challenges that face me as a small business. That's why I like to network with smaller businesses as well. I find I have so many things in common with them, and more often than not I can find someone who can offer me help and support on the problems that I'm facing. As a franchisee of a small business, life can be lonely sometimes, and I find it's invaluable networking with other small business owners who face many of the same problems and challenges as I do. I was talking about the problems of marketing on a low budget with a small car repair business a few weeks ago. We were complaining that unlike bigger companies and bigger organisations, we simply do not have the advertising budgets that we would like. He explained how he raised his company's profile through a promotions campaign about road safety by sponsoring a road safety campaign within a school. And that got me thinking. For the price of some printing, a little bit of time and creative thinking, I am now in the middle of a hugely successful promotions campaign. My Lighter Life Centre is running a Christmas colouring competition for all of the children at our local schools. I've found a company to sponsor some prizes and I've been inundated with competition entries. I planned the announcement of the winners to coincide with the switching on of our Christmas town lights. I've scanned and uploaded every competition entry to my Lighter Life Facebook page, and believe it or not, I've already had over 200 likes in just 1 week. I've put together a simple video of all of the competition entries, which is now running continuously on my digital advertising screen, which sits in the window of my Lighter Life Centre. I cannot believe how many people are stopping and watching the video. I've also got the local newspaper scheduled to come and take photographs of the winners when they're announced. And I almost forgot to say that every competition entry has to be countersigned by a responsible adult, and so I now have a database of potential clients for the new year. All of this came about because of a conversation at a local networking event and by talking to other small businesses. I hope my story will inspire you to join Lexsha and to prepare your own lectures.
Pensez-vous que vous pouvez adapter quelques-unes des idées de John à votre propre activité? Quels concours vous pourriez organiser? Comment cela pourrait contribuer à accroître la visibilité de votre entreprise dans votre communauté? Comment pourriez-vous tirer parti de cette... Dans ce Lexsha préparé par James, manager dans une entreprise de formation en management et leadership, vous pouvez voir comment il est facile de préparer une vidéo. James a simplement utilisé son iPhone. Jetez un coup d'œil au Lexsha de James sur les 7 raisons d'utiliser Facebook dans votre activité.
My name's James Dillon and I'm a business development manager and spend a lot of time working on digital marketing strategies. I've found Lexsha as a great tool for helping me to improve and develop the way I market exponential training. I've learned a great deal from connecting with other business owners and tapping into their knowledge and expertise, especially on areas where I'm not so confident. I find that tools such as Lexsha help me to network with like-minded people and to help me solve my business problems. Recently I've started networking with an online digital marketing business, and as a result I've been able to adapt some of their ideas and approaches to marketing, which enabled me to innovate my processes. I often find that other people and other businesses have already found solutions to problems that I have to address. Connecting with the right people can really pay off. I've also started to prepare my own lectures. At first I didn't think I'd benefit much from this, but I have. The process of defining what I do to share it in a lecture often helps me to identify additional improvements I can make. Lecture encourages me to reflect on how and why I do something, which often results in being able to make improvements. The fact that you're watching me right now proves that Lecture can help to build your reputation and company brand. When people share your lectures with others, which I hope you will, means I can get even more brand exposure. I hope you enjoy watching my lecture on the 7 reasons why businesses should use Facebook.
Ce Lexsha a été préparé avec PowerPoint de Microsoft et un simple son ajouté, ce qui lui apporte un petit plus. James a eu jusqu'à 50 téléchargements de sa présentation. Je suppose que cela contribuera à construire la marque et la réputation de son entreprise et de lui-même. Enfin, un grand merci à l'entrepreneur de médias sociaux, Johanna de Twisted Sleeve. Elle a pris le temps de faire quelques enregistrements vidéo pour Lexsha. Dans cette vidéo, elle explique comment elle écoute les commentaires des clients pour développer de nouveaux produits et services. Quelque chose que je pense que la plupart des entreprises pourraient faire si toutefois ils y pensaient.
Finally, a big thank you to social media entrepreneur Joanna from Twisted Sleeve. She took time out to make a few video recordings for Lexsha. In this video, she explains how she listens to customer feedback to develop new products and services. Something I think most businesses could do if they thought about it.
Hi, my name's Joanna Moore and I'm a content manager and I run twistedsleeve.com, where I help shy girls to get the confidence to do the things that they want to do. One thing that's really helped me in my business and in helping other people with their businesses as a content manager is kind of building an audience and a customer base and then learning from them what it is that they need and then building products and services around those problems. So in a minute I'll show you a few different ways that I have done this and the companies that I've worked for have done this. It's a really good way of making sure that the products and services you provide are exactly what your customer needs. And also there's a little trick in there to make sure that your customer knows that you are the one that's going to be able to provide the ideal solution for them.
One way that I do this is on my own site, Twisted Sleeve, where I help shy girls become confident. So obviously I need to understand what confidence issues these girls have so that I can provide the correct services and resources and products to help them with those issues. So it used to be the case that in my sidebar here, I had a little form that said, as a shy girl, what do you struggle with most? So the girls would come on my site, they'd see that and they'd just quickly type in, like, putting my hand up in class, for example, hit send, and then I would get an email with that message. Obviously I don't have that anymore. What I have at the moment is, so I'm signed up with MailChimp, which is a email marketing software service. You can also use something like Aweber. There's quite a few systems like this out there. And girls come to my site, and if they like it and they want some more help and they want to subscribe, they'll fill in this form. And then that will trigger a series of emails, so they opt in to sign up to my email list. Then the final email that they get from me is this one, the final welcome email. And in here, it says something like, once you've done that, hit reply, introduce yourself to me, and say what you find hardest about being shy. So then I get these emails from these girls. Obviously, I reply to them and try and help them. But I copy and paste their responses into a document I've got called Shy Girls Struggle With. So this is just where I've collected any kind of complaints or issues or problems that they're having. So in the future, when I come to make a product, I can just have a look through here and see which problems are coming up the most often. And I actually did this with my last product, which is about building self-esteem. I realised from the emails that I was getting that lots of these girls just didn't like themselves very much. They didn't rate themselves. So I built a product to help them do that. I looked through here recently, and a common thing that people are talking about is feeling self-conscious and worrying about what people think of them. So I imagine my next product will be something to do with that. And to kind of, there's a tip that the best way to kind of convince someone that you can help them with their problems is to describe their problem to them better than they can describe it themselves. So this is where the document really comes in handy, because you've got the same problem being described lots of times by the same people, so you can use their own words to describe the problem to them. And if you describe it well enough, they will believe that you understand the problem really well and that you can therefore help them with it, which obviously you should be able to. Another really good example of how I've done this, or how people that I've worked for have done this, is the Ultimate Paleo Guide. So this is run by Joel Runyon of ImpossibleHQ.com, who started eating a paleo diet. So that's eating natural food, basically, if you think what cavemen could have eaten. And he just found that he kept getting asked lots of questions about it. So rather than spending lots of time answering all of those questions, he decided to just create the Ultimate Paleo Guide, just an online resource to refer people to. And it just grew and grew and grew, and now it's this huge website where he helps people to eat paleo. So that's obviously the first example of how that's happened with Ultimate Paleo Guide. Another example is, you might have heard of Pat Flynn. Pat Flynn runs a website called Smart Passive Income, and he's recently started a podcast called Ask Pat, which is, each episode is just like 5-10 minutes long, and it features a question asked by someone in his audience, and then he just simply answers the question. So this has been a really effective way of him answering questions and serving his audience, without it kind of taking up too much of his time or too much of his resources. So lots of other sites and people that I know have kind of taken on this concept, and we've done that with Ultimate Paleo Guide. So we've got Paleo FM, which is a series of videos and also podcast episodes. If you make one, it's quite easy to turn it into the other one. And each one just features a question like, why are peanuts not paleo? Is eating this much meat healthy? So it's just one simple question. You just answer it in just a few minutes and the answer's just there. So this has been great for a few reasons. First of all, it reduces the amount of emails that we get, the amount of customer service that we have to deal with, because the answers to the questions that we were getting all the time are already kind of provided on our site. So our customers and audience can find the answers themselves. Secondly, we've also got a conventional FAQ page, but we were able to provide both text and video answers, and obviously quite often the video answers are a lot quicker and easier to kind of get through than the articles that we kind of often link to with more comprehensive answers. So that also helps our audience. And then another way that we've been able to use this is, one of the questions we get a lot is this paleo? Is that paleo? So we've been able to kind of eliminate those questions and provide a paid resource that our customers can buy. So they're really happy as well. So this is paleo.io. This is an app available on iPhone and Android. And it's just got a search feature. You type in the food that you're interested in, it tells you whether or not it's paleo. If you want more information, click that, and then it will take you to an article on our site which provides more in-depth information. So again, it's taking the problems and the questions that your audience have got, kind of collecting them and then creating resources to solve those problems. And it helps both you, because you don't have to kind of think up the services and the products yourself, and them because obviously they get answers to their problems.
So to sum that up, a really useful way of giving your customers exactly what they want and charging them for that is to get them to tell you what it is that they're struggling with and what they need help with. Collect their answers together, provide a solution, and then use their answers to describe the problem back to them, because that will show them that you really understand the problem and help them to see that you will be able to provide a really good solution for that. So that's a really good way to build products and services that your customers actually want and that they will be happy to pay for. A great tool for doing this is using autoresponders. You can set up an entire sequence, so you could ask a different question every week if you wanted, and just kind of collect the information and get to know your audience and what it is that they want and how you can help them.
Quelle idée simple et qui pourrait être reprise par la plupart des entreprises. Comment pourriez-vous obtenir les avis des clients et comment pourriez-vous les utiliser pour améliorer vos produits et services actuels? Donner aux clients ce qu'ils demandent et résoudre leurs problèmes sont deux stratégies éprouvées pour les affaires. Comment écouter les avis de vos clients et leur apporter une réponse? Lexsha peut vous aider à obtenir des résultats. En se rapprochant d'entrepreneurs comme vous, vous pouvez construire votre marque et votre réputation. Vous pouvez construire de longues relations réciproques et durables qui finiront par vous donner un retour sur un investissement modeste en temps et en créativité. Sur quels problèmes et défis souhaitez-vous obtenir de l'aide? Quelles sont les idées, les succès et l'expérience que vous pourriez partager et explorer avec d'autres entrepreneurs? Dans le dernier module de cette unité, vous découvrirez comment aller à la prochaine étape.